But what's going on? You got a question or a comment?
Hey, Shalom. What up, Captain?
Hey, Shalom, what's going on?
I chose Saint Swarthy because some of the Israelites that ruled during the Dark Ages in Europe had the surname of Swarthy.
Yeah, Swarthy is if I'm not mistaken, where Stewart originally originated from. You know what I'm saying?
Right. A lot of the
And
Israelite families that ruled in Europe. Right.
because swarthy was another term like Moor, which just meant dark skin. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then
Right.
eventually it goes from swarthy to Stewart, and then you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Now, what you saying is true. It's just Saint Swar. I don't know if it's the SS. You know what I'm saying? The S combo could be.
It's a little different, Captain. It's a little different. But, all praises to Yahweh Shemi Awashai Barakatah. Um, you know, I don't even know why we even waste time with Christians when, one of the biggest fundamental lies they taught was that Christ was white. So a lot of times when the truth of the Bible, the definitions that stand on the truth, when the truth of what world is being spoken of in John 3:16, which is exclusive to the Israelites, right? Man, I found out, Captain Zach, that actually the word church is referring to the race of the Hebrew Israelites when you look at it in its fundamental and root definition of where it came from. So the arrogance that they have when you look at what the Spanish Inquisition did throughout the four corners of the earth, how many people it destroyed, how many lies they've been telling, how many bad relationships exist within Christianity. You think these people would be humble enough to re-examine the Bible and be willing to learn from the Israelites, right? But it's really sad, man, how, Paul all of a sudden has the authoritative speech over the Messiah when he says, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So, they tap dance better than any performer on Broadway in New York. It's just amazing to me how they run from the truth.
What I would say is, one, Paul comes under the authority of Christ. Christians don't understand Paul like what Peter said. Peter said, you understand, they wrestle with this as they do other scriptures to their destruction. So it's not about Christ having authority over Paul. It's that they do not understand the Bible. They don't understand Christ's teachings. They don't understand Paul's teachings to begin with. So there's nothing that Paul said that contradicts what Christ said. One. Two, I am in agreement as far as what you said towards the middle with their behavior, but that's why we have to entertain Christians, because of how many of our people are under that witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't have those discussions, it's like what Paul said when he said rob these churches. He wasn't talking about monetary gain. He was talking about taking our people out of there. And then in that other instance, you are correct. It's easy to say you're the church when you unalive the original church and hijack it, like, you know what I'm saying, what they did in Constantine's rule. Because prior to that, the church, as what you said, ethnically was any two Israelite men or more. You understand? When two gather in my name, there I am in the midst thereof. You understand? So two Israelite men or more is the church. You understand? But then once you get the Catholic Church that comes in and oppresses the church, hijacks it, takes it over, you understand, and then bastardizes it with dogmatic doctrine, and then conquers the world under it. You understand? Especially even with decrees like the doctrine of discovery, like what Cat brought out over there. Then you got to turn around and say, well, if we look and you're saying that this is the church today, what was the fruit of that church? Genocide. You understand? Mass conquest, wiping out identities all throughout the earth, and then above everything, blasphemy, such as the color of Christ, or let's even take it off complexion, changing the race of Christ from a Jew who is black to a Caucasian who is the Edomites.
And what's interesting, Katazar, right? I got this dictionary from it's from 1878, right? And it talks about how church in the Septuagint originally meant calling out of the people of Israel. And then when you look at the definition of Gentile that I have, which a lot of Christians completely bug out over the true definition of Gentile, in that same dictionary, it mentions, before it even talks about another nation, that the word Gentile, the Hebrew word goy, right, can be applicable to the Hebrew Israelites. Not talking about the word Hellene or Hellenista, which we know is referring to a Greek-speaking Jew, right? But it even makes reference to the word goy being applicable to the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. So, you know, Christians have not studied to show their self-approved. And then when the truth comes out, instead of just accepting the truth, they double down on the lies.
Yeah, because what they really follow is different offshoots and different you know what I'm saying, seasons and stages of plantation Christianity. You know what I mean? Like they don't follow like the early Christianity that, like, if you've ever read The Soul of Black Folks by W.E.B. Du Bois, in the 10th chapter, he speaks about a new Christian emerging where there was a tint of revenge inside of his religion. You know what I'm saying? And everything that they learned from the deep fatalism of Christianity was now going out the window as it started to push towards a more revolutionary mind state, because the Bible is the most revolutionary book on the planet. Like, there are quote unquote Christians who have read that Bible and realized you are not to join. Nat Turner, you understand, read the Bible, realized who his enemy is. But these cats are homeborn slaves. Like these cats, it's like they are comfortable in captivity, and they would rather follow the Christianity, which is nothing but servitude to their slave master, than true Christianity, you understand, which is the kingdom of heaven, which is Israelite rulership over earth.
You know, that is correct, Captain Katazar. That is correct, brother. And, you know, obviously, I get into discussions and debate like battles with family members who want to hold on to John 3:16 is talking about everybody. And, you know, when the Most High does show you the truth of salvation being for the Israelites, when you look at the fact that the God of Israel is mentioned in over 200 scriptures, like, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel, you can't go away from what the volume of the book is saying, which it is pointing to the God of Israel, the Messiah of the Israelites, and the Israelites in its value. So if a Christian had to go scripture for scripture with us, they wouldn't be able to win a battle like that, because when they run out of scriptures that they misunderstand, we would still probably have like 400 or 500 precepts to read after that. So, I mean, I think it's quite pathetic that, you know, you have adults that would hold on to lies like this. Like, they can always just put the Bible down and live their life. But it's sad, man. It's like if you taught a 5-year-old the truth of the Bible without the poisoning of Christianity and what it's taught in the world, they would understand that it's about the God of the Bible. It's about the God of Israel, the Messiah of the Israelites, and the Israelites in its volume and totality.
Listen, without a doubt, and even with everything that you're saying, it's because they're indoctrinated, and the easiest things are impossible to learn if you already have a predisposed disposition to it, because you're going to be trying to fit a square in the circle because you believe it's supposed to be this way. And the hardest things are very easy to learn if you have no pre-exposure or disposition to it, because you don't believe it's supposed to be done a certain way. So you're able to receive the information. And that's why Christ said, you can't put, you know what I'm saying, what do you call it? A new fabric on an old garment. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. You got to start fresh with your garment. It don't work any other way. But these cats have been miseducated and misinformed in that Christian. And you know what bothers me too? Especially when Israelites do it. When they try to take shit out the seminary school and start talking to me about exegesis and eisegesis, I really want to tell them, shut the fuck up. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, they want to sound smart and more relatable to the Christians and talk about seminary school is garbage. Y'all think you did something going to seminary school. You did nothing. You understand? You were trained in the oppressor's doctrine. You know what I'm saying? You went and learned Eastern culture through Western eyes and think you know something. It's disgusting, man.
It's so true, Cap. This is so true, Cap. You know, but I do believe in predestination, and I do believe that the Most High reveals the truth to the Hebrews of the Bible that he chooses to. So we have to understand that predestination means that some of us, no matter how many facts or truths we show, are fundamental things that are the same in the Bible. Some of us are just not predestined to get it.
Listen, I'm well aware, but you know what? There are some gems that are still inside the Christian church. There's some gems that's in Egyptology. There's some gems that's in every philosophy under the sun, and it's why we have to keep having these conversations, keep doing these debates, because all of it yields fruit, because there's brothers and sisters that's lost inside there that haven't been exposed to the truth yet. Or maybe haven't been, like, I went through the comments, right? And outside the vast majority of slaves, and you know what I'm saying, that just don't want to be woken up, there was a couple of Christians that I watched, and one of them said something where he was like, man, I had the wrong pair of glasses on my whole life, that I really wasn't able to change them until I saw what Cap said. Because one thing I can say is Cat Nazayak had some strides on that show where he got to just teach. And in just teaching, you know what I'm saying, it was clear and concise. And what you'll find is these Christians never actually address what he says directly. You know what I'm saying? Nobody touched on the color thing. Like, you want to say that Christianity doesn't strip away culture, then why is the Russian icons not replacing the white Jesus in all the churches? You know what I'm saying? Why do y'all then want to argue and turn around and say that race or color doesn't matter? Which was one of my favorite parts of that, was when Cap turned around and said along the lines of what he say? He said it called Christ the Lion of Judah while he was in heaven. Even in heaven, his tribe mattered. You know what I'm saying? But hang tight 1 second, Saint, and then I'm gonna slide over to the phone lines real quick. All right, let's see. 412-519.